I'm Mike Myers, and I'm the co-founder at the Repurpose project in Gainesville, Florida. And I've been recycling for over 40 years, and sometimes to avail, but most of the time not to much avail. The last 10 years, the young generations have picked up the idea of sustainability, and along with that comes the desire to figure out what to do with the stuff that normally goes to the landfill. So the Repurpose project is developed around the idea of landfill diversion and reuse and repurposing of what we already have. Our project runs on community donations. When a donation comes in from the community, it's something that somebody's not wanting to throw away but see reused again. We bring it into an intake area, we sort through it, we fix what needs to be fixed as much as we can, we write on stuff if it works or what might be wrong with it, and then we clean it up and we put it out on a shelf, and then the community comes back, usually in the form of another person, and buys that for use as it is, or buys it for a creative crafting art object to make something else out of. And that's the foundation of the cycle. My co-founding partner, Sarah Goff, and myself started Repurpose Project 3 years ago. And we started it because we had a desire to affect change in sustainability on the planet somehow. We started as two independent people. We garage sailed at a location on Main Street, and it grew until finally we outgrew that, and now we're in a building that's 4 times that size, and it's still growing. The idea that we came up with, Sarah had found in South Florida. She had volunteered for 4 years at a place called Trash to Treasures. And during that volunteer time, she organized a lot of things in her mind about what she wanted to do her part with sustainability. When she came to Gainesville, I was tearing down houses, and that's the way I made my living and contributed to sustainability. And she bought some lumber from me, and we got into a conversation and decided, hey, we got the same ideas. So we decided to start Repurpose Project. You know, change with us has been constant. Since the day we started, it has grown, and the community is so supportive and just so wonderful with what we're doing. We get compliments quite a lot. They're glad that what's happening, and the community actually is the change that has been pushing us forward and expanding us over the last 3 years. You know, I have a couple of parts of the job that are favorites and not favorites. Not favorites is that we had to leave a lot of stuff outside in the weather, and it just got ruined, and I didn't like that. And it kind of looked messy. And now we're in a place where we can organize and we can keep things safe and dry. But my favorite part of it is going out into the community and connecting with the community at large with my ideas to start furthering the sustainability process along. If I were going to give any advice from my experiences with the Repurpose Project to someone who wanted to start the same thing, of course I'd say, hey, go for it, because every city in the country has some type of landfill problem that needs to be resolved. My best advice would be, don't worry about dreaming too high and failing, because you learn from failure if you have it, and your dreams are what your driving force is, and that's where you get your best rewards from. You know, we've had a lot of donations that are, you know, it's household stuff and the things that you normally see, especially when the students are moving and that. But we have had some unique items. Some of them are like, we've had 3 organs now that have been donated, and they're all pretty nice. And we sold one into a church, and another one, I forget what that, he was doing it for a practice organ, and now we have one on the floor, a small little organ that's for sale. Other things are some industrial equipment that comes in, things like high tension line resistors and just neat old tools. Those are really fun for us to find. So for 3 years we've been located at 519 South Main Street in Gainesville, and now we've purchased a building at 1920 Northeast 23rd Avenue. And we're developing that building into a much larger, much more convenient and organized repurpose project. We're always needing volunteers because we're a nonprofit, we're a 501c3, so people can volunteer to us with time, or if they want to give us money, that's fine too. They can get a tax write-off. But we have figured that the place to really interrupt the process is at the source. And that's like source separation. At the beginning, the person that's going to put it on the curb thinks, I'll take it to Repurpose Project, or I'll take it over here to this recycling place, or I'll take it to this thrift store, and it gets used again. So we're directed at source separation.